Be honest, did you also not think I would make another video? Because I didn't, but I see a need to. Um, because Smite support is really fucking boring. And, like, even, like, the mage supports that we have, no one else. There's like, Nox, and there's Baron. And that's it. Those are the only acceptable ones. Every other mage support's just a troll. And honestly, yeah, but I'm sure you read the title of this video, and you're right. Nuwa support. You might be thinking to yourself, why? Why would I ever do such a thing? And because it's more fun than fucking Sylvanas. Anything's more fun than any tank in this game, I'll be honest. Tanks are boring as fuck to play. We all know this. That's why everyone insta-locks an assassin, a carry, or a hunter, a mage, right? Or goes full damage on Ymir or Cabrakan, because it's funny to kill people. It's not funny to sit there and just tank damage, CC people. You know, some people like it. Me, no. I am classy, and I like to play Nuwa support. And you're probably thinking, why the fuck would you ever? Now, I did in fact compile a little list of reasons. So, let me. Sorry, the sound's gone in Smite because I had to drag it over. I changed my setup so the lighting's a little better. Don't know. Anyways, so just gonna go through these, right? So some strengths of her, right? She's good with magical ADCs from the amount of magic protection shred her minions bring. It's 60 magical protection shreds if all of her minions get off all their hits. 60. Squishy characters don't even have that amount of magical protections late game. They have 45, 50, I think, on hunters. So there's that. There's also multiple ways for her to help her team. Her mist is AoE camouflage for her and her teammates. Her passive is a 1.5-second root. What the fuck? Her minions reduce protections are an AoE stun. Her third ability, Shining Metal, you rank it up just to increase the stun duration, right? And then her alt is Global Vision that has poke. I mean, the poke is okay, but it can apply on hit effects like Divine Rune, um, Soul Gem. We'll get into Soul Gem and like what's the thing? Gem of Isolation. I haven't played Smite in a hot minute. I'll be honest, but I watched Worlds and I'm really excited to play it again. Anyways, she also has really good peel for her backline in herself, right? If when she's played in pro play, she's picked when there's characters that want to dive her and her carry, and your tanks want to dive them, right? Because she has so many ways to keep her and her carry alive. She might be immobile, but she's not helpless like some immobile mages. Zeus, fucking useless character. Also, she's a really strong level 2 because she has an AoE stun with protection shred, as well as her minions can body block, and she has a 1.5-second root. And she does quite a bit of damage at level 2, even if you don't have many damage items. And then there's the cons, she's squishy than compared to other tanks and supports, but she's not a tank. Well then, you only really need one tank, someone to soak up damage for something, right? That's all you really need. You heard it from me. I can be crucified for this. You only need one tank in Conquest. Like literally one. That's it. Low mobility, but she literally has so many ways to peel for herself. With the support build that I'm gonna show, it kind of lacks cooldown, but there's ways to go about that. But like, it's up to you. And then your ADC will get mad because they're big babies, but or your team will just get mad at you because they're all little babies and they all think, this is the fucking SPL in my casual ranked joust game. Everything in the world matters. Oh, I did say ranked joust, didn't I? Well, ranked joust is a joke, so it doesn't matter. Like nothing matters unless you're getting paid for big money, big pro bucks, or however much they get paid. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who the fuck cares if you're new support? That's what the mute button's for if they start getting mean to you, okay? So let's get into this build, right? Sorry, it took a while. So currently right now. This is for right now. I'll make a new one when the next season drops. I'll have 3 new ones because there's 3 new support items. So you're gonna get Guardian's Blessing and Tiny Trinket. This one's a weird one, and um, you gotta remember you're still a mage. Just because you're in the support role doesn't mean you need to go full support, full tank. Because you're still a mage, you still need to do mage things. Nuwa's goal is still to burst people down. I'm not saying go full damage, but I'm definitely not saying. Wait, I'm definitely not saying to go 100% full damage, but I'm also saying, you know, maybe 3 or 4 damage items are good. Multi-pots because you need health and sustain and mana sustain, and then Hand of the Gods. Next season, I don't think Hand of the Gods is gonna be necessary at all. And then so Shoes of Focus and Soul Gem. Obviously, you're gonna want Shoes of Focus. You can really get Shoes of Focus or the Tank Boots. You don't want either of the other ones. They're really pointless. Soul Gem is there because it actually heals quite a bit. If I hover over this, how much does it heal for? It heals for 40% of your magical power, right? Yeah, 40% of your magical power to all the allies near you, and it gives you bonus damage. That's pretty good. Because we get this and this. I don't know how much that is. I don't know, but it's something. It's some amount of healing, and it's nice. Early game, I swear to you, Soul Gem's good. On supports, I swear to you, it's good burst healing. You can also go Pythags, but this gives you cooldown reduction, which you like. Tyrannical Plate Helms here. It doesn't buff minions. Don't let anyone ever tell you that. At least I don't think it does. Maybe I should have tested that before, but I don't think it does. If it does, I'm gonna be crucified because I'm too lazy to go check now. And then Stone of Binding. Stone of Binding is really good because it procs on your passive. Believe it or not, procs on your passive and your stun. Just all good. So more damage options, right? Staff of Mirrodin. Why did I say Spear the Magus? I mean, it's here. It's I Spear the Magus is here. We all know why it's here because we all like going it on our Guardians because it's so good on Guardians too. Staff of Midrid or Mirrodin. I don't know how to say it. It's good. It's too expensive, really, to be bought as a support item, but like you totally could if you were snowballing. Radzahoodi's, it's literally in the same boat. I literally just put Radzahoodi here for shits and giggles. Odds are you're not gonna go Radzahoodi unless you snowball so far out of control that you can just kill everything. Okay, Demonic Grip. See, if you have a magical ADC and they're not gonna get Demonic Grip, you get Demonic Grip. Or if you just have a mage in the mid lane, you get Demonic Grip no matter what. Okay. You reduce the enemy's magical protections from a flat rate from your minions, and then by 30%, and it helps your passive come up more. This is a good item for Nuwa support. I swear to you, I'm not trolling you, okay? And then some tanky items. So, I don't know why I had written down it lacks cooldown. I literally lied to you, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I meant top of this one. 6 items on this list have a cooldown, and they'll all get you to max cooldown, so like, Breastplate of Valor is cool. I mean, it's a tanky mage item. Every mage that ever goes tank always buys it because it's just a good item. Gauntlet of Thebes. It's Gauntlet of Thebes. You're the support. You know, it'll make you tankier, give you some survivability, and give your team that 10 bonus protections. You know. Pride Wind's a good item. Just because it's Pride Wind. It gives you 20 cooldown reduction, and then that passive, which is just really good. It gives you some extra health in a team fight. With that shield. Shogun's Kasari is really good, especially with Tyrannical Plate Helm. And honestly, it's actually really good on Nuwa for a magical tank item, just from the cooldown reduction. It even gives a crowd control reduction, which is something I always forget that it does. And it gives you that attack speed, which is really nice for your passive. And then, these are your typical support relics. Like, nothing here is going to change. You can get beads. Don't get Aegis. Aegis is literally worthless. Eventually, people will stop buying Aegis, but there's no reason to buy Aegis unless everyone on the enemy team has no CC, which in Smite almost never happens. And then these are just your consumables. And then, so, abilities. How are we doing on time? Oh my god, it's already almost 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. Okay, so level 1, I'll go through this quick. Level 1, Shining Metal. 2 clay soldiers. Here's where you really get your really good level 1 or your level 2 fight. Such an idiot. Your level 2 fight, right? So clay soldiers, stun, magical protection shred, shining metal, stun, and then your passives with the root. Next you can get mysterious fog. It's really good for poke, although they can just walk out of it. Although it's also really good for zoning because this, excuse me, at level 1, this shit does no damage. It's so low damage. It says 50, right? That that's not including their protection. It's gonna do like maybe 35, 45, somewhere between their damage to them, depending on if it's the support tank or like the ADC. But like it's so not worth it. Like to be scared of it. Just walk through it. It's also really good to evade ganks. A lot of good new WoW players can avoid ganks with this really well. It's one of my favorite things to do. Just you know, juke inside the cloud because they don't know where you are unless they have like a big AOE, and then they know where you are. But other than that, and then from here it really changes, right? So if you're with a magical ADC, you'll rank clay soldiers up, or you'll rank shining metal up. Well, actually, I'm lying to you. At level 2, you're always gonna. At level 4, you're always gonna get the point into clay soldiers, so you get 2 soldiers because your shining metal always blows up 2 soldiers no matter what. It doesn't blow up 3, only 2. So, um, it makes your AOE a lot bigger, and it also brings more protection shred. So, 5, obviously you're gonna get your all, and then here is where you make the decision. Do you have an magical ADC, or is your mage snowballing hard in mid lane? If they are, then you'll get clay soldiers. If they're not, then you'll get shining metal. Right? We're gonna assume that you can't trust anyone. Okay, so we're gonna assume they're not snowballing mid, and you got a physical carry, so you're gonna go shining metal, right? So you'll just max shining metal. You can put the point in the fire shards. The cooldown doesn't go down. The damage is the only thing that goes up. And as the support, your goal isn't really damage. And as Nuwa support, your damage is not from your ult. Okay, it's from these 2 abilities, and I guess this one too. So for the sake of that, I'm gonna put the point in the shining metal. Now your stun is maxed at 1.4 seconds, which is an okay stun, right? And then you're gonna go and you're gonna max clay soldiers and finish your ult, points in your ult, and then mysterious fog. So mysterious, and that's really it. I think Nuwa is actually a really good support if you just want to have fun. There's really like the only issues with her is that she's not as tanky as other supports, and her the way she helps her team is she doesn't really help her teammate aside from the mist. It's more so like she CCs the person, kind of like a I want to say a Ymir, but Ymir's passive, I don't know if that helps allied gods too, if it just helps him. But anyways, so yeah, that's how I would build Nuwa support. If my computer was good enough, I would record myself playing Nuwa support some games and showing you guys, but I tried recording and it didn't work too well. So, this channel, by the way, is now going to be weird off-meta builds. I'm so sick of only thinking of what's good or how to build a character specific way when there's other ways to build characters, and any character you can go in any role as long as you know what you're doing. So I'm going to start doing that. Because I think that's more fun than just here's another new mid guide. Anyways, so yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.